G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I will be going over how I went in round 19 and then I'll be giving you my round 20 tips. So for round 19, pretty good week once again. We got 7 from 9. So very positive week there. Now to start things off, I backed in Essendon to beat the Crows. Off to a pretty poor start there. Adelaide won this one. Don't know how, I don't. It was very much back and forward for most of this game. One side led by a fair bit, and another side led by a fair bit, and then it was just neck and neck until the end then. But yeah, good game there for Adelaide. Credit to them. They caused me to get that tip wrong, so that is disappointing. Next up, I backed in the Giants. Obviously, Suns do not play well outside of home. We know that. I think they're 8-0 at home and 9-0 away, so... or 9, I don't know what it is. But yeah, Suns, pretty disappointing. Like, if they could play away, they'd be a finals team. But yeah, just, it's so strange. It is so strange. All right, next up, unfortunately, look, I did think West Coast would put up a bit of a fight in this one. They definitely did not do that. St Kilda were too dominant. They got the job done. Credit to them. Hawthorn beating Collingwood. Now, I did predict this one, obviously. I thought this would be a lot closer than what it was, but credit to Hawthorn, man. They could definitely make a run for finals, 100%. All right, next up, took the Cats to beat the Bulldogs. Man, this season is just weird. Like, who would have expected this? Like, I had every, I think the Dogs had every opportunity to win this game prior to the tip-off, but was not expecting a scoreline like this. So credit to the Bulldogs, very strong win, but yeah, pretty disappointing there from the Cats. Obviously, Power were always going to beat Richmond. Pretty dominant win there too for Port Adelaide. Backed in the Lions to beat the Swans, and much like the Crows Bombers game, very close towards the end. Lions got off to a massive lead to start with. Swans came back and kept it pretty close to the end. Freo beating Melbourne. I think most people would have predicted this one as well. Good win there for the Dockers. Melbourne without Gorney, they're pretty much their season's Max Gawn. Little pun there. I hope you enjoyed it. And then Carlton, obviously too good for North Melbourne. North Melbourne put up a pretty good fight here, but I think this one was pretty much set in stone to begin with. All right, round 20. Here we go. Starting things off with Friday night footy. Carlton against Port Adelaide. I actually thought Carlton were pretty disappointing last week. But at Marvel, I do think they get the job done. I think it will be, I'm going to say by 8 points. I reckon it'll be a very close game. I don't think it'll be one-sided at all. North Melbourne at Blundstone Arena. Cannot see them losing to Geelong. I think Geelong will be too good in this one. It'll be a bounce-back game for them. Suns and Lions. The Suns actually normally play pretty well against the Lions, regardless of how they're going. That they always step up for the Q clash here. And at home, I'm backing in the Suns. They're yet to lose at home, so I'm going to continue that trend and back in the Suns at home to upset the Brizzy Lions. Next up, we've got St Kilda against Essendon. St Kilda coming off a very good win. Essendon coming off a pretty poor performance last week. I do think Essendon bounced back, though. They want to cement themselves in that top 8. And I think this is definitely a game where they need to do that. Right, next up, we've got the Demons against the Giants. I think this will be a very entertaining clash, especially at the MCG. If it was at NG Stadium, I'd be going GWS by plenty. But I think the Demons keep it relatively close. I am backing in the Giants, though. I do think they will be too good. Freo against West Coast. I would love to tip my Eagles in this one, but Fremantle, they're a different beast in 2024. I've got to back them in here. I think they will be too good for my beloved Eagles. All right, Sunday footy, we've got the Collingwood Magpies against the Richmond Tigers. Can't see a world where the Tigers win this one despite Collingwood's form. I think Collingwood will be too good in that one. I do think it will be quite an easy win. I think the Swans come back with a vengeance and get a massive win over the Bulldogs. I think the Dogs, I think this is where the Swans need to put their foot down now. A few pretty poor losses. The Lions one, not so much. It was always going to be a tough game, but losing to the Saints and Freo in Sydney as well, that one was. So A few disappointing games here. I think Sydney are going to just, they're going to turn that ship around and start sailing in the right direction here. And then to wrap up the weekend, cracking game of footy to finish it off. Adelaide coming off a strong win against Essendon away from home as well. And then Hawthorn absolutely toweling up last year's premiers. I've got to back in the Hawks here. I think Hawthorn will be too good there for the Crows. All right, guys, let me know your tips down below in the comments. But before I go, hit that like button, hit that sub button. And let me give you my margins. So Carlton obviously 1-39, Cats 1-39. I think the Kangaroos will keep it pretty close. Suns 1-39, Essendon 1-39, GWS 1-39. I think this one will be closer than what people expect, so I am going to go Freo 1-39, Collingwood 39 plus, Sydney 39 plus, and Hawthorn 1-39. Enjoy the footy, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Appreciate it.